Hello! This is Jennifer. Jennifer is a patron of mine on Patreon, and we all love her very much. And Jennifer has something to promote. It's very important. Her godbrother is a rapper, and he can be found on SoundCloud as Jay France. He can be found on Dat Piff, which is a fun name, as Jay Wolf. And he's doing a concert. For those of you in the, I believe, Baltimore region, go check him out at Oxygen, I think. Yeah. So, fucking A. He's not bad. I listened to a couple of the tracks. I didn't listen to the whole thing because no time. But he's not bad. It's kind of like a gritty, old school feel to it. It's not like really produced, you know what I mean? So it's actually got kind of a cool feel to it. It's pretty nostalgic. Yeah, check him out. So I believe I've hit another one of those unwritten milestones. I've heard so many YouTubers talk about this before, and I've heard it mentioned in various different ways. This is the way I'm going to handle it. I believe I've reached another one of those unwritten milestones. I have people telling me that my content is changing. No, my content isn't changing. My content is exactly the same way it's always been. I'm just not doing as much of the drama horse shit as I used to do a couple of months ago. A couple months before that, I was very news-centric. And there were things that I was angry about. And I would be angry in videos. And nobody took it personally back then. So, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, my content isn't changing. What happened is, I made a video that you don't like. And now your opinion of me is changing. Right? My content is staying the same. You're just watching it with a different eye. So that's what's happening. My content is exactly the same. Welcome to the Egocast. So Riley went and got surgery. And I'm beginning to think that it didn't go as well as I had hoped originally that it would go. I don't know. Riley seems to be, I don't know what's going on with Riley. Riley's kind of going a little crazier than I think she used to be. She's come out with some pretty ridiculous shit lately. I don't know what's going on. She's promoting vigilantism in one video and all manner of crazy stuff. And then this. It's very weird. Riley's content is changing. I don't know. Because my argument for that doesn't really make sense in this situation. She's always made videos I don't like. But this is like really aggressive. I don't know. We'll talk about it in the comments, I'm sure. But this just seems a little over the top for Riley. I don't know. You be the judge.
Don't get me wrong, Trump is a shitty fucking person, but that doesn't automatically make him mentally ill.
Seriously. That's how she started her video.
What I've been seeing a lot of recently is people on the left criticizing Trump by saying that he's crazy or insane or mentally ill. Lots of people have suggested that he should be removed from office because he suffers from narcissistic personality disorder or dementia or delusional disorder. I definitely think he should be removed from office, but not because I think he's mentally ill. And I think calling him mentally ill does more to insult people who are actually mentally ill than it does to insult him.
It's so funny that she's going the "don't call him crazy, that's insulting to crazy people" joke. But she's like doing it for fucking real. Riley!
Because the thing is, people with mental illnesses can be good leaders.
I thought that Riley didn't like Nazis. But then she says that, and I kind of go, because like Hitler was pretty crazy, right? Like we can all kind of agree, Hitler probably had something going on, some sort of fucking crazy. Not really the best leader, and I haven't really. I mean, I've never really heard of many great crazy leaders. There's a lot of like bad crazy leaders. I haven't heard of many great crazy leaders. I don't know though. Hey.
Having a mental illness doesn't disqualify you from the presidency.
It fucking doesn't? Shouldn't it? Like, shouldn't it? It doesn't? You can't get in the military if you're crazy. But you can be fucking... Really? You can lead the military, but you can... I don't know about that one.
There are lots of brilliant, amazing people who have narcissistic personality disorder or borderline personality disorder or schizophrenia or any other number of mental illnesses.
Yeah, but like, some of those people need medicine to make them normal so that they can be good people. Cause like, no, I mean, I imagine there are probably some schizophrenic people that cannot be on medication and are just fine. But the idea of that kind of beggars belief, you know, just because... What?
Having a mental illness by itself doesn't make you a racist, white supremacist piece of shit. That's just Trump. And he can be an asshole without being mentally ill. Plenty of mentally ill folks manage not to be such colossal douchebags.
See, isn't it like really aggressive? Like, hasn't even been a year yet. Riley's already tired of this shit, man. Whoa. She's getting... I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Riley's starting to look into Antifa. The hat is giving it away.
Trump isn't a shitty person because he's mentally ill. He's just a shitty person. Encouraging people at your rallies to beat up protesters, bragging about how you sexually assault women, banning Muslims from the country, and trying to deport DACA recipients? That's all really shitty stuff that Trump can do without a mental illness.
I've handled all those before. It's just... bullshit. Just bullshit.
Sometimes people are just assholes without having a mental illness. And so when you associate being a bad person with having a mental illness, you throw all other mentally ill people under the bus. Every time a mentally ill person hears you say that Trump should be removed from office because he's mentally ill, all they hear is that they will never be trusted by people like you to be in a position of power.
Yeah! If you're crazy... No! You don't... No! I don't want you in power! 'Cause you're crazy! That's why I didn't want Hillary in power.
There's so much stigma against people with mental illnesses already. There's no need to add to that.
I mean, I can't... Alright, hold on 1 second. I think it's important to mention. Before we move on, probably should have mentioned this earlier. Oops. Before we move on, I would like to mention that this video was made before Vegas. So, she didn't know that a crazy person was about to kick up the stigma of crazy people. She didn't know that. So, this was all made before that. Just bear that in mind. We gotta be fair. I am kind of fucking doing some shady shit here with when I'm releasing these videos. But, hey... You know, if I did Riley videos every day when she released them, that'd be fucking weird. So I don't do that. I try and space them out. It seems appropriate, but it also seems appropriate to mention she probably didn't know that that was going to happen. So, you know... Just saying.
And look, there are a lot of other reasons not to try and diagnose Trump. For one, without a qualified professional sitting down and talking with him, it's pretty much all speculation. We know a lot of what Trump does, but we can't see inside his head. And even if we could, we're not qualified to diagnose mental illnesses. At least I'm not, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video, then neither are you. Unless you're like a licensed psychiatrist or psychologist or something, but then why are you watching this video?
Yeah, why the fuck would... I mean, I imagine for a giggle. Yeah, if I was a licensed psychiatrist, I would watch this for a giggle.
I feel like you should already know this. Like, the American Psychiatric Association has a rule against diagnosing public figures called the Goldwater Rule, and the American Psychological Association has a similar rule. Mental health professionals know that diagnosing people without actually sitting down and talking with them in private isn't possible. And even if it was, it wouldn't tell us anything useful. If Trump did have a mental illness and was receiving treatment for it, then who cares? We all struggle with mental health problems, even the president.
So everything would be fine if he was just diagnosed with a mental illness? That's all you actually need, is an official diagnosis of a mental illness, and then everything he's doing is cool? I don't think that's what she's saying, but it sounded like what she's saying. You just want to twist shit. Why the fuck not?
Being diagnosed with a mental illness shouldn't make someone unfit for the presidency. Being a bigoted piece of shit who thinks there are good Nazis should make you unfit for the presidency.
There aren't any Nazis. Like, you call yourself whatever you want, but there aren't any Nazis anymore. There just isn't. So, whatever, man. There are good people on both sides. There are. I'm sure that there are wonderfully nice people that just happen to hate black people. Just like I'm sure that there are wonderfully nice black people who just happen to hate white people. There's good people on all sides. Whatever.
But apparently a lot of Republicans don't see it that way. So there are a lot of things you can call Trump without calling him crazy or insane or mentally ill. Call him mean and racist and sexist and anti-LGBT plus and bigoted and ableist and...
Ableist. Isn't it ableist? I like ableist better. Ableist.
horrible and terrible. But don't pretend that it's a mental illness that's forcing him to be this way. Mental illnesses don't make people bigoted or bad leaders.
Oh my god. Mental illnesses don't make people bad leaders. Riley, what the fuck are you like? She's reading this off of a script. How can you read that and be like, man? She took the time to think it, write it down, hopefully proofread it, but probably not, and then read it while filming and say it out loud and then edit it. And at no point did she think, oh my god, that is a crazy fucking statement to make. Riley.
Mental illnesses are serious things that millions of people have to cope with every day. And associating those innocent mentally ill people with Trump is an insult to them. So I get it, Trump sucks. But there's a better way to express your hatred of his administration than by calling him mentally ill. We don't need to talk about Trump's mental health because it doesn't matter. Mentally ill or not, he's a horrible president who's already caused so much harm.
What harm has he caused? Like... I don't know. I just don't understand how... Even my mother... And I didn't really care for Obama. I really didn't. And even my mother, when she would be like, oh, you're going to take away all of our rights. I would be like, what right do you not have now that you did have before he was president? And she would just look at me, and I'd be like, seriously, what right? What horrible atrocity has Trump caused? He said to Congress, do your fucking job, figure out what to do with these people. He told, we're going to stop people from coming into the country for a while until we can figure out who the fuck you are. Because we need to be protected. This is shit that all manner of other countries are doing right now. The only one that anybody talks about is fucking America. A lot of countries are doing this shit. He didn't cause the hurricanes. No matter how much Jennifer Lawrence wants to convince you of that. He didn't cause the hurricanes. Mother Nature is not showing us her wrath. He sent aid to Puerto Rico, and they fucking didn't want it. Like, dude. I just don't. I don't understand how you can just sit and watch CNN all day and just believe it all. I don't understand how you can just sit and watch Fox all day and just believe it all. I don't get it.
Don't stigmatize being mentally ill. Stigmatize being a fucking asshole.
Seriously, man, I think that hat is covering a lobotomy scar.
My name is Jeff.